Hello my earthly viewers. Every day, I do a routine scroll through of all of my social media and I mostly read people complain about how overpowered I am. I love when people suffer, it keeps me going in life. But about a week ago, I checked my phone as usual, but nobody was complaining. Instead, they were celebrating. Now, I love when people are suffering, but I also love partying. So I decided to join in. But when I realized what they were celebrating, I became terrified. I then heard a knock at the door. Supercell was right outside of my house. Even though I live in a spaceship, Supercell somehow managed to find where I live like a pig finding truffles. They broke down my door, and dragged me out. Then they did unspeakable things to me. It was horrible. I could not sleep that night even though I am a robot. But you know what they say, a new day is a new beginning. Let's see what they did to me. My super no longer knocks back enemies. What does Supercell think I am, a ghost? How did they even turn something rock solid like metal into a specter? In my opinion, these are terrible changes, as I won't be able to rudely shove people around anymore. But maybe I am overreacting. Let's give Supercell the benefit of the doubt and play a couple games to see how this is. I'll be testing out my new self in a couple Power League matches. This gameplay takes place in Gold 3, and if you want to know, I peaked Diamond 1 last season. I was able to win my lane by quickly gunning down my fat cousin Surge. I then jump onto the stupid Sandy before realizing who the real stupid person was. Lamenting over my mistakes, I could have beat Sandy if I still had my knockback. I decided to go to the left lane to try and fight Sandy again. Entering the bushes, I had to be very sneaky. However, Surge respawns, and all I could do is try to chip the enemy team before getting chunked out myself. As I am waiting to heal, my Brock gets caught out by Sandy, and for some reason, my random El Primo decided to jump into a 1v3 holding 4 gems. No big deal of course, just normal Brawl Stars things. The enemy then turns towards me like a pack of wolves, before El Primo comes to the rescue, jumping into the enemy team again. This time, El Primo's jump was actually helpful, and we walk away with 6 gems. Ems then makes a very bold move and tries to fight me, but she ends up getting yeeted back to spawn. As we are waiting for the last gems, El Primo smacks the overextended Sandy, and leaps out with the rest of the gems without inhaling Ems's gas. At this point, we are sitting pretty, but something tragic happens. I start to lag very badly. I really hope this lag doesn't carry over next game. We win the first match, and so far these nerfs doesn't seem to be terrible. It has only affected me once, and that was against the Sandy near the beginning of the match. The second round starts, and the lag hasn't gone away. Let me cut to when I stop lagging. Okay, we're back, and we are winning. Ems is still being very annoying, and Sandy attacks our Brock from behind. This makes me go into a rage before dashing into a wall like an idiot. Sandy and Ems then try to collapse on me, which leaves me to 2v1. However, El Primo starts to rotate to my lane, saving my life once again. I disengage, and we clean up the fight before our Brock gets taken out by the Sandy for the millionth time. Ems then uses up all of her stored anger in order to produce an angry emote. I love when people suffer, so this gives me the energy to finish her off. I try to finish off my cousin, but he was able to waddle away. Our El Primo finishes off the enemy Sandy, which gives us enough gems to start the countdown. Off topic, but did I mention my fat cousin Surge is the star athlete of his school's track team? Yeah, I couldn't believe it either. This proves that you could do anything, even if it seems impossible. Okay, enough of the life lessons, let's get back on topic. We were able to take the W and we even got star player despite the nerfs, me not playing that well, and the lag. Okay, on to the next game of Power League. This time the gamma mode we are playing is Brawl Ball. There is another EMZ on the enemy team, and a recently buffed Gale. Gale's buffed slow star power combined with Belle will be extremely annoying to play against. We were able to kill Belle, but our Frank went down in return. This left Colette and me to fight a 2v2 with the enemy EMZ and Gale, which is not good as EMZ and Gale are not tanks that Colette can abuse. We were able to hold out until our Frank respawned. Then I get tagged by Belle, so I try to separate myself from my team, which leads me to a drive-by kill on the enemy EMS. Our Frank misses his super like me during a math test, but we were able to finish off Belle before I go down. I respawn, but I don't use my gadget as I want to save it in order to block Belle shots. Frank gets chased by Belle, but I use this as a chance to pull some insane maneuver to assassinate Belle. I want to go in for more, but with little ammo, I decide to wait for Colette. The enemy Belle walks up again, so I wanted to punish her hard for her positional mistakes. However, things don't go the way as I planned, as I end up missing a lot of my shots. Belle's shield star power also helped her to stay alive. This mistake led our team to losing a lot of pressure on the map, and Frank gets picked off. I placed down my gadget so I could use the speed boost to help dodge Belle's shots rather than blocking it. I pick off Belle again and wait for Frank as I reload all of my ammo. I try to engage onto the enemy EMS, but I chickened out and end up paying for it. So for this next play, I don't have the health to just go in like usual. So I super in and out. I was barely able to grab the ball and I used my super shot, only to choke and completely miss. I have to come up with a new plan. The score is 0-0 with 30 seconds left in the match. Our Frank flukes his super again and blames me for his misfortunes, which distracts me and makes me walk forward for no reason. I try to heal up from my mistakes, but Frank gets tagged by Belle, which stops me from healing. At this point, my mind goes on autopilot, and I walk up, only for me to get caught and die. This basically leaves poor Colette by herself as Frank has no range to be useful. After I respawn, I roll out toward the right side, as I am used to going right. However, this was a huge mistake, and as soon as I saw the enemy Gale with the ball and his super, I knew the game was over. Even though I made some major mistakes, I blame Frank for making our team lose. But don't worry, your homie Stu never gives up. I walk up in order to get my super and immediately back off before I get messed up by the enemy EMS. My Frank walks up for some reason and gets focused by the entire enemy team. I side super EMS's attack and take her out as our Colette completely whiffs her super. I then try to focus down Gale before he cowers into his goal, but I hunt him down anyways. I want the triple kill, but I am low, so I barely snag the ball and score. We are now up by 1, and this gives our Frank the confidence to randomly go for the ball, leading him to getting chunked. I try to take some pressure off of him, but it ends up getting us both low. However, Colette finally hits her super onto 2 people. Frank then comes out of the bushes and makes a hero play, winning us the match. When I saw this, I was so shocked. I did not think my random teammates were capable of carrying the match. We now had to win one more in order to complete the comeback/reverse sweep. My hands are sweating as the next match starts. This time, our Frank doesn't overextend, but at the same time, the enemy is playing extremely safe. Colette moves behind the enemy lines, forcing Belle to succumb to Frank's hammer as the Gale is taken out by a perfectly aimed super from Colette. Frank then smashes the walls and we score. Never have I seen a team move with such cohesion. We were just as good as ballet dancers. I was getting a little tired of my teammates carrying me, as I should be the ones carrying them, so I decided to make some plays myself. I try to focus down Gale, before I use my super to dodge his attack. He gets away as I end up missing my last shot, so I try to get a better angle on him. I used my gadget to block his attack and finish him off, but I end up getting taken out by the Belle. I really need to learn how to stop auto-aiming. I head over towards the ball, before Ems pops her super. She thinks she has me trapped, but I dash onto her, and Gasa heal keeps me alive. The knockback would have been really useful here, but I was still able to win without it. Gale then chunks me, forcing me to go back and heal. As soon as I am all healed up, I try to engage onto Gale, but he throws the ball at me, ruining my plan. Frank decides to walk up and tank the entire enemy team. This leads him to getting taken out, but we were able to trade Frank for Gale. I try to retreat and heal up again, but our Colette gets tagged by Belle, causing us to split up. Frank is left all alone, and he gets destroyed by the enemy Ems. There is a ton of pressure onto us now, so I try to toss the ball away from our side of the map, but I end up going down. This leaves our Colette to defend the goal herself, but as soon as Frank spawns, he tries to help by using his super. However, this only helps the enemy Ems score terrible trick shot that never should have hit in the first place. The score is now tied, and this is really bad for us as our comp is not that great during overtime, while the enemy comp has an amazing late game. We try to force a goal, but with no success. As the timer goes down, I try to think of what to do. I want to fight Gale, but I end up getting taken out as our Frank gets a pick onto the Belle, and Colette was able to successfully defend our goal. I had very little hope going into overtime. The enemy has to play like garbage in order for us to have a chance. We didn't have a front line, so I stalled and waited for Frank to respawn. Belle's poke is extremely annoying, and the fact that we had to move predictably after getting tagged didn't help either. At this point we were just waiting. Lucky for us, the enemy kept missing all of their shots. Frank attempts to shoot a goal without much success and both of my teammates go down. Now my job is to keep the enemy back the best I can until my teammates come back. I heal up in order to prepare to defend our goal, and we were able to pick off the ball carrier. My teammates have now spawned back in and things are looking more hopeful. Perhaps we could end in a tie. I end up going down, but my teammates keep pushing forward. To my shock, the Frank was able to get the ball into the net, and we were able to pull off the reverse sweep. Even though I got carried, I was the star player of the series. Well, that was pretty intense, not going to lie. I thought I was going to have 2 easy breezy matches today. As for my thoughts on the nerfs that was recently placed onto me, I still don't like them, but it isn't a huge change for me. I am not supposed to be played like a battling ram, I am a mobile marksman. I never should have had the knockback when I was first added into the game. I'm just glad that these nerfs weren't anything major, and I will be able to continue to listen to people whine about how overpowered I am. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.